Hello everyone, Magdalena here, Wolf of Coins. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm doing my second ever monthly wrap-up, so it will be a summary of the month of February for me. And these are the cards that I had for February. So the tarot cards are from the Steampunk Tarot, the Czech edition by Synergy. Where is it? Yeah. And I pulled them all on the winter solstice, so 12 cards for each month, one card, and then I'm pulling one card from the Triple Goddess Tarot and one from the Oracle of Mystical Moments. And these are, I am pulling like at the end of the month, so that I have a bit of a surprise. Okay, so this is the Two of Swords from the Steampunk Tarot, and yeah, I think I could feel the energy of the Two of Swords. It was like there was a lot of uncertainty in my life, possibility of change, but the change not happening yet, kind of. There was a lot of uncertainty about around my husband's job, and it would be linked to where we will be living. So yeah, I was a bit balancing on top of some ideas, but yeah, it's not there yet. It's to come. And then I had Sanctuary, which is the equivalent of the High Priestess from Tarot. But as I said, I treat this deck more like an oracle than a tarot deck. Plus, I'm not including the card that I already had in the new draw, because I want to work for 1 month with one of the cards. With this deck, I just shuffle everything in and see what happens. So with the Sanctuary, definitely there was a need for retreat for me for a bit. I started limiting my contact with my mobile phone, like going out for a walk without my phone, which at first felt weird, but now I think it's a good thing. Also, I saw this feather here, and I thought it's might be a bit about writing, and it might be also about scholarship. So in this month, I really went at some point around the middle of February, actually, in a really hard research mode, and I just couldn't stop until I finished the book. I will show you the book later, but I really did study a lot. And then the Red Garden, I think, I'm not sure, but it might have been like an advice for searching like support from nature, also seeing the little things and yeah, and be happy about them. The quote from the guidebook that I wrote down is, "The woman finds great peace in being one with nature." So with all those uncertainties that I had, I think it was a good thing to, regularly go out into nature. So these are my cards. And now for the books. So I got I got very sick at some point. It was a kind of a stomach flu, you know, and I wasn't able to do much except for reading. So I finally read The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. If you don't know, this is the first book that she published after Harry Potter series. And in case you're wondering, this is absolutely nothing like Harry Potter, except for it being a good book. But yeah, it's about really tough topics. There's no fantasy elements either. When I was buying this book, I thought it would be more of, you know, how you say it, satire, no? On this life in a little town, and it might be, you know, more, well, yeah, about human nature, but in a more of a fun way. This is really dark. This is really dark. And also it's about living in a little town, but yeah, I read it, I think, in 3 days. I was just laying in bed, and how many pages? It's like 568 pages. So yeah, I think I needed a bit of like a, you know, sanctuary, because recently I don't read that much of fiction books, and I used to love just, you know, my favorite time would be on summer holidays, when I could just read a book until 3 in the morning and then sleep till 11 or 12, and it would be so awesome. But now I cannot do that, of course, because I have a family. I have a son, so it's not happening, and sometimes I really miss that. So yeah, this book it was a strong thing. So then the other book that I couldn't put down, actually it's funny because I've already read this book twice, so it was my third go through the whole book. I might have skipped a couple of pages, but generally I read through all of it again. You can tell it's not a new book. I had to fix it a bit. I actually stole it from my parents, but they didn't mind. It's been published. Yeah, it's older than me, actually. It's 1984. And it's about Iranian mythology, the heroes, gods, and demons of the old Iran, by the Polish author Maria Składankova. And as I said, I read a book before, many years ago, and I always want to kick myself for not knocking on her door in our department, because I studied Japanology, and it was in the same building that the Iranian studies were, and she had her office there. But I was, you know, I was too shy to. I didn't have enough courage to just, you know, knock on her door and say, you know, I loved your book. It's awesome, huh? So yeah, now I regret that, but anyway, it's a wonderful book. It's a wonderful book, and she also makes a lot of points about similarities between Slavic traditions and Iranian traditions, which is fascinating for me, of course. She also writes a lot about initiation rites and how they got turned into myths. This is, for example, being freed from a dragon. So a person swallowed by a dragon is being pulled out and saved. She believed it was a kind of a initiation ritual, that you had to be swallowed first and then reborn from the dragon. And there were like other examples here. But yeah, a fascinating book, and I read it all again. I made like 17 pages, handwritten pages of notes from the book, so I feel like I seated my appetite for that a little bit. But yeah, I just couldn't stop. And it all started, I will tell you why, just in a moment. So then, a book that I have not read yet, but I looked through it, is my Valentine's Day present. Because like for Christmas, I made like a wish list on Book Depository that I then sent to my husband. So he could, pick something that I would totally love from that list, and he picked this one. And yeah, it's Lady of the Beasts, The Goddess and Her Sacred Animals by Buffy Johnson. And I think, well, first of all, it has loads of pictures, which I love. It's filled with pictures. You might have seen I put some pictures from this book together with traditional Slavic embroidery to show how similar some things are on my Instagram. So you could check it out. But yeah, it's wonderful. It has all those sections with different animals. There's the ewe and ram. And there's the serpent. The serpent, of course, it's a big section, and it has a few chapters. And it looks really interesting. And I also think that the author based a lot of her book on Maria Gimbutas's work, which is, some of you know, is one of my favorite archaeological authors. And I checked, she's in the bibliography. Where is it? Yeah, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of her publications in the bibliography. So this book looks great. It has also some pictures in color, if I can find them. Oh, here in the middle. So she went, I love it because she doesn't only base everything on very old stuff, she also goes to our like modern day depictions, which is lovely. There's the Black Madonna. So yeah, and there's Aphrodite. How beautiful is that? So I think I will really love this book. Even if not for the text, which I have not read yet, only a little bit here and there. For the pictures, you guys, it's just so awesome. It's just amazing. I love them. It's a serpent, a dog, the lion, the bird. Yeah, the bird also has a lot of sections here. So yeah, this is my Valentine's Day present. And the last book that I want to show is a book that I got for myself. And this is really, like, I bought it to be inspired because, as I mentioned before, I don't really identify as a witch. I'm just dabbling, I'm curious, so I'm checking things out, but I cannot like classify myself in any way. But I thought this would be very like also playing on my inner teenager needs, because it's such a beautiful book. It's, oh my god, it's just so pretty. It's like a candy. It's like a bag of candies, really. I love the visual side of this book. And also it has like a lot of information that you can get inspired by. But look at that. Oh my gosh. So it's not like information overload. but there are various ideas here that you can just, you know, read about and be inspired by. Plus, again, beautiful. What I really liked about this book, maybe you're curious, I can show you table of contents. It's basically it. And there's this. Yeah, so what won me over was this one. Well, at the end, like in many books like this one, you get deities from every galaxy, basically. It's so bizarre to me to put gods from Europe, Japan, Africa in like one list. And I don't know, it feels just bizarre for me. Because what can you gain from it except for only names? Well, okay, if this is your like jumping point to like you see, oh, I like this name, I want to know about this deity because it has something to do with fertility, and then you start your research, because from this I don't know what else you can do really. But what I really liked that it doesn't, you know, normally it does not happen in English books, that there are Slavic deities mentioned there. Oh my God, it just never happens. So I will just warn you that you should really do your research when using this list. Also because there are a bunch of typos here. Like here, like it's not Dumunzi, it's Dumuzi, and it's basically the same as Tammuz, so whatever. It just so I underlined familiars, Slavic plus also Baltic. There's I think this is even more rare to see Baltic deities' names in such books. So there is goddess Laima, and there is Perkunas, which is very similar to Slavic Perun. By the way, I suppose there should be like, what's this called? There is no separation between this Paiva and Perun here, but it's different entities, so just so you know. And there's Yarila for fertility, that's pretty good. And there is my goddess here. Oh my gosh, I saw her name here, and okay, I like this book. I like this book. Everything is fine. She's here. And it's love, of course. She's the goddess of love. Then we get Svarog for marriage. Okay, might be. And this is very weird. I suspect, because this is lunar magic, I suspect it might be again a typo, and it might be about miesiac or miesiąc, which means moon or month. In Slavic languages it might be, but it might be something else. I don't know. And there's Volk, which is a kind of like a priest, shaman from Eastern Slavic countries. So shape-shifting, well, probably, if it's a shaman. Then the sky Svarog, this is very good. It's really that. Solar magic, Dachbog, again, perfect. No clue why he's here. He's the thunder god, so he's like Perkunas, who is here you have weather working. Probably fits. No clue why Chernobog is here. It's a god that is described like a god of bad fate, bad things. I don't know why it's in weather workings. But anyway, my goddess is here. I mean, come on. I'm happy with this book. It's so beautiful. The illustrations are by Mara Penny. And yeah, it's very, very beautiful. and I think I will be pulling some inspiration from it, or I will just be looking through the pages because it's so beautiful. Okay, oh, we have like the Friday Rite of Venus. I also celebrate my goddess on a Friday. So, yeah. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, so this month I am very happy to say that I have completed 5 new paintings for my deck, for my Slavic deities, Slavic oracle, let's say. I don't have a name yet, so it might be Slavic oracle, who knows. I've showed some of them on Instagram, so you might have seen them. This is Wado, or Dutchbog, so the one that was mentioned in that witchy book. Did I mention the title? You've probably seen it, but the Practical Witches spell book. Ooh. And so yeah, the god of order and a solar deity. Then we get Mother Earth. I'm particularly happy with this painting. I think it turned out really well. Then we have Svarog, the sky god of the sky. And then we get Goddess Wada, Goddess of Marriage, the Bride, and the Goddess of Dawn. And just yesterday I finished my moon. And what's funny, it is the 18th painting for my deck. And it's like number 18 in tarot is also the moon. But it's like, it's just a coincidence, but I find it pretty funny. So yeah, five pictures, and I was also sick this month and I had my parents visiting for a couple of days. So I really did a lot, I think. So that's yay, awesome. And then I also made, my very first Slavic magic doll, which is called Motanka, and this particular type is Żadanica, so a doll that is supposed to help you fulfill your wish, support you in fulfilling your wish. And if you're interested about this, I made a short video about making and what they are, those dolls. But yeah, I love her. Woohoo! Next up, I wanted to show you my cards for this month. So these 2 I pulled today, and from the Steampunk Tarot I have the 6 of Wands. So yes, I hope something will be happening this month. There should be something happening because I'm the last weekend of March I am vending at the Swiss Yarn Festival, so I will be selling my yarns. If you're curious, in case you're curious, these are my yarns. I'm dyeing them myself. Whee! So anyway, I will be selling them. I will have my booth, and we'll see what else manifests here. I also got the Protective Nest from the Oracle of Mystical Moments. And we'll see again how it manifests, but I have this feeling that it might mean like creating things, all those eggs here. And lastly, I got number 19, Dancing with the Sun. So it's the Sun card from Tarot. And that's good. I like the optimistic vibe here. So yeah, this is my February wrap-up. I hope you've enjoyed. And please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed something in particular. And have a lovely, lovely day and the start of March tomorrow. Bye.